Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going on an adventure. As you might know from the channel name, I'm a librarian. What you might not know is that I'm also a part-time firefighter, and in our fire department we have gotten a new fire truck, so we're going to donate this one to Ukraine. So today is the start of a 3,000-kilometer journey. We're going to drive this relatively old tank truck down to Ukraine and donate it to the fire departments there. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Let's go! Now, I'm not going to drive all the way to Ukraine by myself. I think 3,000 kilometers would be a bit overkill alone in a truck. In fact, I'm not even driving right now. It's Mr. John Olsen. Say hello. Hello. Professional trucker. He's driving right now. He will probably be doing a lot of the driving. I have to be filming after all, so yeah, we're going to drive the first 2,000 kilometers through Finland and Sweden. That will be just the two of us. And we will join up with 10 or 12 other fire trucks and ambulances down in the south of Sweden. And we will take a ferry to Poland, and we're going to drive as a convoy from there. So, yeah. The first days of driving were actually really uneventful, apart from some reindeer, of course. The weather was quite nice the whole way. There was very little traffic, especially in the north, but that's to be expected in January. But the thing is, we basically spent 3 whole days driving from early morning until bedtime. We just had a few short stops for hamburgers when we were hungry and coffee when we wanted to. I tried to do some filming and talking as we were driving, but the constant noise from the engine and the country music that Mr. John Olsen wanted to listen to, well, they really rattled my brain. And I was never able to come up with any interesting things to say in the clips. So let's just throw all those clips in the garbage and skip forward until 3 days later, where we have arrived in the south of Sweden, in Karlskrona, and we are ready to meet up with the other guys in the convoy. Well, now that we're in Karlskrona, the first 2,000 kilometers are over and we've got to know the car. Let me introduce you. It's a Scania 92M. It's from 1987. That's, in theory it has a 227 horsepower, but I think some of those horses are sadly retired. Yeah, we're going to see if we can't find some more horses inside of this truck. And I'm not sure, since 1987 some of them retired, some of them are perhaps sleeping. And afterwards we're going to take a small tour of the cabin, see what life has been like for us the past 2.5 days. I'm going to check the particle filter to see if there's, well, crap in the diesel. Oh, nice.
Yummy.
Okay, so maybe we can revive some of those horses now. Remove some crap. Maybe it will go a bit faster with the truck. But it's been quite reliable for the whole trip. Still some crap, but a bit better. So maybe we've woken up 10 or 20 of those sleeping or retired horses.
Yeah, and now let's go inside and check it out, what it's like inside. All right, so this is the driver's seat. This is where you turn on the main power. You need the power on to start the car, of course. And it's a good old manual gearbox, high and low gear, I think it's called. And yeah, this is the entertainment system. It's by JBL, but that's what well, the cabin is quite noisy, not super noisy, but we make it even noisier with that little speaker. And yeah, if you need to stop the car, you have to pull this out. This is the parking brake. I know this must be very interesting for you. I can't imagine how excited you are to hear about this, but yeah. No, it's a nice car. We've been practically living here now for 2.5 days. The first day was if I stop talking sometimes, it's because of the driving, because it's been very long days and my brains have turned into mashed potatoes. So yeah, no, it's today was a blessedly short day, and we even have an hour now before the rest of the convoy arrives. I had time to cut my hair, which felt good. We of course have the Ukrainian flag here, and this is the seat that I've been sitting in for the most part, because Mr. John Olsen is really a beast when it comes to driving. He prefers driving, and I prefer sitting there and yeah, looking out the window. That's my job. I feel like the hardest part of the journey is over. The first 2,000 kilometers I was not really looking forward to them, and now they're over, and we're taking the ferry from here to Gdynia in Poland. And tomorrow, when we arrive with the ferry, we're just going to drive straight to Ukraine. And then this beautiful old tank truck is going to well, it's going to the front. It's going to the worst areas affected by bombing and missiles and war. So yeah, it's going to live a dangerous life. Not sure how long it's going to serve, but they need it there. So it feels good to be able to contribute in some way. Yeah. Now we just have to wait for the rest of the convoy, and then yeah, we have to film when they arrive. Looking forward to that. It's been just the two of us now for 2.5 days, and yeah. So we'll okay, I don't have to say it anymore, but we're waiting for them. There we have it, the whole convoy. So now we're finally joining up with them. We're going to fill up on fuel and go to the ferry docks. And we're going to Poland in a few hours. Yeah, it's going to be great. I feel like now it's really starting.
But I was wrong. It wasn't really starting. First we had to do a lot of time in customs, filling out paperwork and stuff. And then we had to sit right here in a queue. I don't know how long we were there. at least 2 hours. But finally it was our turn, and I hadn't really seen the boat until this moment. And I was really impressed by the size of it. It was huge. And I felt a little bit ashamed, like I was this simple country boy, and I was impressed by this huge boat. But I guess I'm still quite impressed by it, because look, it's got so many trucks inside of it, and there were still empty decks with room for hundreds of cars. So yeah, it was a huge boat. Very cool.
Okay.
Well, we're finally aboard the ferry. It's a huge boat, and if I thought my brain was mashed potatoes earlier, it really is now. It's been 3 long days. It's now almost 9 in the evening. We're going to have a meeting at 9 with all the drivers, and we hopefully can go to bed, because tomorrow the ferry arrives in Gdynia at 6:30, and then we'll be driving on. So tomorrow is about 700 kilometers of driving from the ferry docks to the border of Ukraine. Yeah, so that's another day almost over, and 2 more days to go. The day after tomorrow we will be delivering the trucks to the fire department guys in Ukraine. So, and we'll be having a dinner with them, and yeah, that seems quite far away now, but looking forward to that as well. So, end of day 3. See you tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, then we are off the ferry in Poland. We've been up for 2 hours. It's 7 o'clock now. Had some breakfast on the boat, and now we are going to start the convoy through Poland. We're going to drive with the blue lights on. Seems like it works partially on our truck. Let's go. First pit stop in Poland, and I'm going to have some coffee, take a piss, and yeah, keep driving on. We're 20 kilometers in, so a couple of hours driving, 50 kilometers left. Now it's my turn to drive, so yeah, quick in, quick out, bought some drinks, and now it looks like we're about ready to continue. Someone needs a smoke break first. All right, my turn to drive. Well, that's another 220 kilometers into Poland. Now we're about just outside Warsaw. 400 kilometers, 420 in total, so yeah, we're more than halfway. Driving is nice, weather is perfect. It's a great day to be out on the road. So yeah. Now we're going to another gas station, of course. Going to have a small hot dog. Someone needed to tighten their wheel bolts. Not this guys, but one of the cars. Yeah. going great. Let's see what we find in here. Oops. That's the car that drives in front of the column, Convoy. And many of the others need to tank some diesel now, so it's not as stressful as the last stop. Yeah, let's find some snacks. Maybe one of these bad boys. People need coffee. Well, that was a quick break. I managed to get a hot dog, some sodas and a bag of chips. I wish I had time to take a shit, but the asshole in the front car, the yellow car, the leader, is very stressful. He wants short breaks, wants to get to the destination as fast as possible, so yeah, no shit right now. So now I just have to pray that I don't shit my pants. If I do, I'm going to throw them into his car. Oh, God damn it. It's our third break, and I ran into McDonald's to have a McShit, but now I don't have to go anymore. I blame that asshole in car number 1. It's his fault. I could have gone on the last place if he just could relax for 1 minute and not say, well, we got to get moving, we got to get moving. But now we're soon at the border, and I've heard that the facilities there are very bad. So not looking forward to spending 4 hours there, because the border crossing out of Poland into Ukraine is closing in. It's maybe a couple of hours still, and yeah, it's going to take maybe, they say, at least 4 hours to cross the border into Ukraine. It's quite strict, so it's going to take a lot of time, and I feel like car 1 has ruined my day somewhat by stressing out at the previous station. So yeah, everyone is soon done refueling, and then we'll continue on towards the border. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Luxury problems. All right. Now we have arrived at Zamość. It's a town 60 kilometers away from the border to Ukraine, and we're going to fill the trucks and cars up to the brim with diesel, because when we hand them over to the Ukrainians, we want them to have full tanks, of course. And I've been thinking while we were driving that everyone has their blue flashing lights on, and it's as if we're responding to an emergency for the whole day from dawn until dusk. But of course we are responding to an emergency. There's still a war going on. I know it's can be a bit tiring with all the bad news in the world to keep on caring about stuff. Of course, it's very understandable if it's a bit too much, but I hope you can still care about something, and this is a good thing to care about. So if you're in Norway, I would consider supporting this organization. I know we are running at a deficit on this trip, so the organization is bleeding money. If you live in another country in Europe, there are probably organizations doing similar kind of work, and you should consider finding out
what they are and who they are, and perhaps donating to them. Because the fact is that, well, what this organization is doing is delivering fire trucks and ambulances to Ukraine. And since the start of the war, more than 1,700 fire trucks have been destroyed by bombings, missiles and other military actions, because the sad fact is that the Russian military treats fire trucks and the fire departments as military targets, even though they're not. So they are losing a lot of vehicles, and this is helping. As I said, more than 1,700 vehicles have been destroyed, but since the start of the war, this organization, NUBAS, they have donated more than 250 vehicles, and this is the 14th convoy we are currently driving. So after a short stop here, we're going to the border control. It's still an hour away, and it's probably going to take 6 or 7 hours. It's very strict. It's going to take a lot of time, so it will be well past midnight when we are inside Ukraine, and we're going to spend the night there. So I'll give you a good night update after that. See you then.
All right, we've finally entered Ukraine. It took about 3 hours to get through the Polish checkpoints, and now we're doing document checks and paperwork inside the office behind us. But I'm sitting in the bus that we're going to use when we return to Poland tomorrow, after we have done the official handing over of the fire trucks and ambulances. So I'm just having a rest while they're finishing the paperwork. We have done all we can, and luckily when we came into the country we were met by the chief of the fire brigade in Lviv, and he's been very helpful, been helping us a lot with documents and everything that needs doing on this side of the border. It's still going to take some time, and I'm completely wasted. Been up for 19 hours now, most of it driving and sitting in a truck. So I hope to get a few minutes sleep, and we can go into the small town of Rawaruska, and don't know what waits there, if it's a meal or it's a bed. I would like a bed, but I'm open for anything, so we'll see.
This is what waited for me in Rawaruska. I got exactly 4 hours of sleep on a slightly damp and moldy mattress. It was nice.
My sleeping spot for the night. Right here. It was comfortable. Got a good night's sleep.
Looks like there's not going to be any official handover of the cars. One of them drove in the night when we arrived to Ferry. Our car is going to Kherson. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but I'm guessing. And we are here because this is the place where we're going to have the dinner together with the fire department colleagues from Ukraine. And I'm expecting some vodka and hoping for some good food as well. I've only had a little chocolate for breakfast and small beer. It comes. Seems like people are going inside now. Joachim is in the way, or I am in the way. So yeah, let's have a look at the restaurant. Oops. Yeah. Here are some colleagues from Ukraine. Oh my god, looks very nice. We've set the table already with some salads and cheeses. Salads, cheeses, cold meat, bread, drinks. There's vodka on the table, of course, so going to have to try and take it easy. Not overdo it. Yeah, it's going to be good. We need to celebrate a little bit after a drive like this, especially when we've driven more than over 2,860 kilometers or something. It's quite insane. Yeah, but let's sit down. I'll talk to you later. During the dinner, there were, of course, many speeches and expressions of gratitude. The Ukrainians really know how to make you feel proud of your achievements. And everyone who had been in the convoy received diplomas and other tokens of thanks. And the fire chief that you can see here, he's talking into his phone that is translating for him. He told us about the missile strike that had happened only 2 days before we arrived in the east of Ukraine. And he told us how one of the fire trucks donated by NUBAS had been involved in the rescue of civilian lives in the aftermath of that. And yeah, there were many really moving speeches, and I think everyone felt proud of having driven the fire trucks and ambulances there. And yeah, no, the Ukrainians were really grateful, and they showed us that what we are doing when we are donating cars like this is really, really necessary, because they have lost so much to the war.
You get that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Jon Olsen.
Skål. Skål.
Skål! Skalle.
Oh yes.
Han satt sig kula där.
Good.
Skål. Skål. I love you, Norway.
Skål. Skål. Good morning from Warsaw. I'm at the airport. It's 1 hour until my plane leaves for home. I kind of forgot to film anything else after a few vodkas yesterdays. Yeah, no, but I'm happy about this trip, because ever since I knew we were getting a new tank truck in our fire department at home, it has been a dream of mine to take the old tanker and drive it down to Ukraine, where it can still be used. And yeah, I was surprised at what a good truck it really is. I became more fond of it when I spent almost 3,000 kilometers in it.
3 days driving, 4 even. Yeah, so we didn't get much sleep on this trip. It's been a rough 5 days, is it? Yeah, and yeah, no, I'm really grateful for being given the opportunity to drive the truck to Ukraine. It was fantastic, and if you have a chance to support humanitarian organizations such as NUBAS, the organization we were driving in a convoy with, please do so. They really need our help, and yeah, it's an easy choice for me. I would definitely support it. Now all that remains is to fly home for me. Tomorrow is a normal day for me, but for the people in Ukraine, war continues, of course. And yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining in us on this little adventure, and I'll see you some other time. Until then, bye bye.